Good morning, guys, from what is a very sunny and very beautiful, actually, Naples in Italy this morning. Now, I can't believe that I've never been here on a cruise before, and yesterday I was a little bit nervous that we would be quite far out of the city, because if you've ever been on a European cruise, you can sometimes have to get shuttle buses that take quite a lot of time. Yeah, and it's a bit annoying if you're cruising in Europe generally. However, spin round, there's the city right there. We've currently got this ferry of people are absolutely amazed by this ship, so we'll get them out of the background. But yeah, the city is right here, which is amazing. So this is going to take me all of maybe 10 minutes to walk from the gangway of the ship into the city. So I am very excited. Now, there's a few bits that I want to I guess brief you guys on before we head off, but I'll nip back to the room to do that. But the mission today is to find the best pizza in Naples, which I have been reliably informed is only about a mile away from the port, so that probably couldn't be any better. So yeah, look, I'm going to nip up to the buffet, grab some breakfast, and then I'll catch up with you guys just for a minute back in the cabin before we head out here into the Italian sunshine. Okay, breakfast done, which means that is even more chocolate pastries going in, so hopefully we can work them off throughout the course of today. That's rich, actually, considering the fact that the primary goal today is to get pizza, but we'll not go into that. Now, one thing that I did want to catch up with you guys on before we head off the ship was I've been to Naples before, but it was part of, I guess it was my first ever solo holiday, actually, where I took the train all around Italy and travelled to like Rome, Naples, Venice, Milan. It was great, but yeah, I got a very different feel for those cities because I was able to spend a couple of nights in each one. Now, from Naples, I didn't enjoy Naples when I was last here, to be really, really honest. There was a lot going on in this city at that time that I got a terrible feeling from it, especially when you compare it to the likes of Rome or Venice, which are really, really well manicured and really, really well looked after. I just didn't feel overly safe here, if I'm perfectly honest with you. And I didn't feel as though it was a very nice city to spend time in. Now, today I'm going to give it a complete second chance and see what happens. Now, I have heard very mixed reviews on Naples, and my plan for today should help us to discover the real city, because what we're not going to do is we're not going to jump in an Uber and head out to Pompeii or head out to Herculaneum or head out to Vesuvius. We are going to stay relatively local to the port, and by that I mean the pizza place that we're going to is about a mile from here. So the plan is that we'll check out the Royal Palace, we'll head and try and find pizza if my data will activate on my phone, and yeah, just generally see what the city's got to offer. I've also heard there's a very, very good coffee scene here, so it would probably make sense to stop at some point and grab a brew as well. But yeah, timings for today. So on the daily schedule, we have got an all aboard time of 5:30 and a departure time of 6 p.m, which that should be quite good actually, because it means that our departure, our sail away, will be in daylight. If you haven't already noticed from the views up on that top deck, you are really central when you dock here. So I think sail away tonight could be really nice. It's a shame that we don't have any other cruise ships with us today, but I think when we get to Genoa in 2 days' time, so we've got Rome tomorrow, then Genoa the following day, I think by the time we get there, there'll probably be other ships because that's like a real hub for MSC. So I'm hoping that they've timed World Europa's first day with other ships to be there as well. But anyway, look, let's get off the ship because at the end of the day, A, I'm on holiday, and B, you're watching this video not to see me in my cabin, but to hopefully see a bit of the world. So let's head off and go and see what Naples, Italy has got in store for us today. Okay, one thing that I was going to mention upstairs that I've just been reminded of thanks to this giant Easter egg as we're in the process of getting off the ship. Now, today is actually Easter Monday, which means that yesterday was Easter Sunday. So, apparently, there's a risk that things might be closed here due to the fact that Italy is predominantly a Christian country. Now, let's wait and see what that means. Hopefully it doesn't mean that everywhere we're trying to go will be closed, but let's wait and see. We did get a letter through to the cabin last night that said, look, if you're going ashore, we would urge you to avoid areas like Sorrento and also the Amalfi Coast, due to the fact that I think there's a couple of events on down that way, so the fear was that people would go down and then be unable to get back, which wouldn't be the most ideal. But yeah, that's another reason why I'm just staying local. Now, gangway-wise today, you've got a gangway up on deck 6, I believe, and then the gangway that we're going to use is down on deck 4. So MSC are really, really good at labelling all their gangways, which I'll show you in a second. But they always have an accessible gangway, well, all the ports we've been to anyway, and then a normal gangway. But with the ship being so huge, the regular one definitely can be a bit of a mountain at times. So I actually usually just go to the accessible one because it's so much easier. Now that's what we're going to do today, so let's get down to deck 4 and yeah, get off the ship. Okay, now through the terminal, and I am now on dry land for the first time in I think over a week, which yeah, that feels really weird. I've never done a cruise with so many sea days before, so it's really good to be back on a bit of ground that isn't moving constantly, which is nice. Now, over the next couple of weeks, if you haven't already found this out, for the rest of this year, I'm basically ship jumping as a passenger. Now, what that does mean is that for the time that I'm based in the Med, there'll be a number of times where I'll visit the same port. So I think over the next month and a half, I'm due to be in Naples 2 more times. Now, the beauty of that is that I'm hopefully going to be able to show you a couple of different things that you could do. So for example, I would usually show you what you can do if you have a quick stop over here on a cruise. But the reality is that we'll be able to look at what you could do if you've got a stopover and you want to do hill walking or you want to do a city stop. So today, yeah, it's going to be the city. So yeah, let's have a look. So you can maybe see World Europa directly behind at the moment, and if I spin round, I think this is the start of the Royal Palace, which is where we're heading to first. Now, the walk from the cruise ship is so easy to get along here. The only thing, this road is deadly. I mean, I actually completely forgot. I completely forgot the laws of the land when you drive in Italy, but I hope to goodness that I never have to drive a car here, because these people have nerves of absolute steel to do this. So yeah, we're going to head up here. I think this is it. We'll head up, have a look, and then from there, it's just going to be a wander around the city, finishing with, hopefully, one of the best pizzas going. Yeah, so what you may or may not have noticed is that my bag is now on my front, because I struggle with these like real tourist hotspots, because I'm convinced there's pickpockets everywhere. It's happened to me one time and I've vowed to never let it happen ever again. Now you can see over the road at the moment, it is so busy over there. Now the main reason for that is that this is one side of the bay, and we're just going to cross the road. Over the other side of that bay, which you can probably see in the background here, you can see Mount Vesuvius, which is still considered to be an active volcano. And if you go over there, you can usually see a little bit of steam coming up. I mean, it's not spewing lava by any stretch, but it's definitely still active. So in my next visit to Naples, I think we'll probably head over and check that out, because I did that a few years ago and it was remarkable. But yeah, I'm going to stop here, take a couple of pictures, and then head back into the city. Yeah, I really hate when you get one side of the road that's that crowded. This side's absolutely fine. It's just because over there's the view. So I think we'll probably cross over, take a few pictures, and then get on this side and head into the city. Right, I've been here, all of about an hour, and the one question that I do have is, where on earth have all these people come from? I have never, honestly, I don't think I've ever seen a city this busy before. You are weaving in and out of everywhere. Everyone's just walking down the road. It feels great that the world appears to be back functioning like normal again, but this, honestly, is a level of busy that, yeah, I think tonight I will be quite happy to get back on that shipping out here at this rate. Okay, a breath from the crowds, thank the Lord. Now, where we are currently is in the main square in Naples. So behind me now, you can see the Royal Palace, and then if you spin round, you've basically just got a square surrounded by incredible architecture, actually. But yeah, I'm beginning to think I've maybe given this city a bit of an unfair rep, because it is nowhere near what I remember. I remember the last time I was here, they had a really, really bad litter problem. I mean, yes, there is litter here, but it's nothing like the last time I saw it. So maybe there was something wider going on when I was last here, unless we're about to turn the corner and it'll be a disaster zone. But certainly here seems actually nowhere near as bad as I remember. Now, you can go into this palace, but naturally I'm not going to do that, because you guys who have been on the channel for any longer than 5 minutes will know that I would rather spend my time and my money wandering about eating. So yeah, that is why today we're not going to go in. We might go in a future episode, but who knows. So you can go in, they've got like royal apartments in there, they've got apparently an amazing theatre, but yeah, for me it's going to be wandering about in the sunshine and probably just eating pizza, ice cream and drinking coffee. So I think the coffee shop, the pizzeria, is about a mile in that direction, so behind where we are right now. So we've got loads of time, and it's only midday, and all aboard isn't until like 5:30. So yeah, plenty of time to see what else is on the go here. But generally speaking, really impressed so far. So long may that continue. Right, so back in the crowds again, of course, and I'm now on the way for lunch. So I'll put the name of the place that we're going to on the screen now, because as you know, I'm terrible trying to speak any other languages, so there's not a chance we're going to do that. Now, I thought it was a mile away. The reality is we've been walking now for an hour, so it can't be a mile. I don't know how long it would take to walk a mile, but I've now been walking, about 3 kilometres, so apparently it's like another good kilometre up this direction. So if you can count on me for one thing, it's for giving you grossly inaccurate distance predictions. So yeah, I think I'll definitely have worked it off by the time we get there. So yeah, look, one thing that I have realised about Naples, the more that I've come off that, I guess, main sort of Royal Palace route to where I am now, I've realised what really annoyed me about this city before. I'm gonna have to turn around because this is shut. But I feel as though it's one of those places that, even where I am now is such a good example where the architecture here is incredible and it's just completely covered with graffiti absolutely everywhere. Even here they've put this hoarding up and it's already covered. Literally everywhere you look, it is everywhere. I mentioned earlier about the litter problem. It is unfortunately the same. Like, whatever's going on, I think there's a much wider political issue, but the bins are overflowing, there's like rubbish flying across the street, so yeah, bit of a weird one. Anyway, hopefully when I next speak to you, I'll be showing you the pizza, which better be good after all this. If you're wondering how I ended up going to this pizza place versus anywhere else in Naples, one of the guys on the ship said that he had been told it was absolutely brilliant. So I'm going here based on recommendation. Granted, he's never been, his friend had been. But I'm going here on a very loose recommendation. So hopefully that's enough to go by and it should be alright. But look, I'm going to sign off here, keep walking, and I'll speak to you shortly. Okay, according to Google, we're getting pretty close, which is good. Now, I have actually just found something out that I cannot believe. Now, one of the perks of travelling in Europe for a European is that you can use data roaming on your phone. So I'm able to go on and check Instagram and look at any direct messages while I'm out and about. So I just happened to load Instagram there, and someone had messaged to say, "Oh, are you going to try Naples? Are you going to try pizza while you're in the city that it originated from?" And honestly, my mind is blown. I had absolutely no idea that that's the reality of the situation. Now, after a quick Google, I hope you're ready for this. Pizza originated here ages ago, and then it only got popular in the 1940s when Italians started to emigrate to the US. And that's when, obviously, the world then found out about it, and it's now huge. So, yeah, this is now turned into, I guess, a bit of local culture versus just me looking for pizza. So this is brilliant. This has given me an excuse to be greedy. So apparently just round this next corner is the restaurant that we're looking for, so hopefully after all this, it's a good one. Right, there I am walking down the street thinking, oh, I wonder what pizza shop's the one that I've been recommended, and of course, is this one here with the massive line outside. So I guess all that's left to do is just get in that line. Time-wise, it's what, 2:30? So yeah, I mean, this will not take, better not take too long. So I think it's just takeaway from what I can gather. There's tables inside, but they seem to be getting tickets. So as far as I can gather, you just join the queue, hope for the best, and let's see what, quote, the best pizza in Naples. Let's see what it's like. Okay, so the pizzas that I got here, that took about 2 hours, 20 minutes to arrive, so that was a long time, and I don't have a great deal of time now to eat this and get back to the ship, so it's now approaching 4:30, all aboard is 5:30, and I am currently sitting in what is, I think, just a closed shop window, about to tuck into this pizza, but let me flip the camera and show you what I'm about to inhale, and then it's probably going to be foot to the floor to run as fast as we can post pizza back to the ship. Right, was it actually worth it? Yes. Right, so that pizza genuinely I think was one of the best things that I've ever eaten. However, the situation now it's not ideal, so the time now is what, 10 to 5. All aboard is 5:30, which means that you have to be in and through by then. And I'm about a 25-minute walk away from the ship, so not the best of situations. I am going to sign off from talking to you guys now. I'm actually going to run to get back to the ship because this is the tightest that I've ever cut it. All thanks to that pizza restaurant, but hey, at least it was good. So hopefully the next time I talk to you will be somewhere on the ship. Don't know if it'll be the cabin, don't know where it'll be, but I'll talk to you back on World Europa. Right, do you know what? I would say that has been an absolute roaring success. It's 5:15, World Europa is right there, and I have got 15 minutes to blitz through security and get on the ship. So yeah, no time to waste and no time to chat. Yeah, I'll tell you one thing. I am delighted to be back, to be back on this ship. That is, yeah, that is probably the tightest that I've ever left it. But it's now 5:45, so 15 minutes before sail away. I have come back to the top deck to grab a brew, and see, to be honest, I am just going to disappear back down to my room for all of 10 minutes, and yeah, regroup, and at that point come back out here for sail away. As you can see, conditions tonight are just absolutely perfect for leaving here, so visibility should be great, and we should be able to see some other towns and cities as we head up to Rome overnight. So yeah, look, for the next 10 minutes I'm not going to talk to you. I'm going to be down lying in a dark room pretending that fiasco didn't happen, and I'll see you back up here for sailing out just shortly. Okay, so you probably got a bit of a feeling earlier that I was stressed, and yeah, that probably doesn't cut it. It's my worst nightmare, the thought of missing a cruise ship, and yeah, today was a little bit close for comfort. Where I mean, I wouldn't have missed it; it was going to be fine. But yeah, I would. I always like to be back in good time before it leaves, but yeah, that wasn't overly comfortable today. Let's put it that way. Now, in terms of what the times mean today for anyone that hasn't cruised before, now you have an all aboard time and then you have a departure time. Now, all aboard is basically what time all of the passengers have to be back for. Now, today the crew all aboard was 5 p.m, the passenger all aboard was 5:30, and the departure was 6 p.m. Now, usually what that means is that if you're not back by 5:30 as a passenger, then they have to process all the paperwork to essentially disembark you from the ship, so that, well, I mean, you can either catch the ship at the next port, or, yeah, unfortunately, you can arrive back at some gangways and your room will be packed back into your suitcase and your case will be waiting for you to go home. So, neither of those scenarios I wanted. So, yeah, got a little bit panicked towards the end of the day there. But hey, look, to summarise my afternoon in Naples, like, I had a great day. So I got off the ship, it must have been about 10:30, 11 o'clock, and got back at, 5.25 or something. And Naples actually has really impressed me. I previously really didn't enjoy it, and I'm actually now really excited because I get to come back here 2 or 3 times over the course of the next 2 months, I think it is. Now, yeah, next time I'm going to try and get over to Vesuvius and maybe see Pompeii as well. But I'm really, really happy with what I saw from a city centre point of view today. If you are looking for something really easy to do from the ship, I honestly would really recommend what I did today. It filled the whole day. That cost me that cost me €5, which is mad. All I paid for today was that pizza. So yeah, if you're looking for a good value day out when you visit Naples, you absolutely have to do that. Now, in terms of my plan for tonight, so I am booked in to tonight's immersive experience, which is I can't remember the name of it. It's basically rock music tonight, and the immersive experience is in the panorama lounge at the back of the ship on deck 7. So that's where the dancers and the musicians all come out into the audience. It's so engaging. I really like it, and I think it's probably better than the professional pieces that they have on the likes of Virtuosa, where you pay extra to go to it. So I really am enjoying this new entertainment type from MSC. Now, before that, I am, to be honest, just going to go to the buffet tonight, which is why I am dressed like this, because I think when you're on, when you're on so many cruises, there's no way I could eat in the main dining room every single night, because I would be the size of a horse by the time I finish. So tonight, I'm going to go up, have something relatively healthy, and just chill up there for a little bit before the show. So you can probably tell, I am super casual tonight, so I'm just wearing this jumper, and I've just got chinos and a pair of trainers on. Now, a lot of people question about cruise line dress codes and things, and I will put a separate video online to talk about that, because quite a lot of people have messaged on Instagram this week to say, oh, when you're talking to us on the ship at night, you seem really casual. I thought you had to be really formal at night on a cruise ship. So I'll put a separate video on to avoid taking up too much time today, because this video will already be quite long with what we've got up to today. So yeah, look, I guess that's probably all that I need to say for now, other than the fact that I really hope you're enjoying this vlog series. Putting it together has been so fun so far, because this cruise is just so different to any I've done before. The benefit of a 3-week cruise as part of a repositioning is that we've technically had a cruise around the Middle East, a cruise around the Med now kicking off, and in between we've had that cruise where you're enjoying the ship and you're in transit through the canal. So I've had an absolute ball so far, and I really, really hope that you're finding this series enjoyable but also useful. And if you are, then please think about subscribing to the channel, because it would be brilliant to have you along on the journey. I'm going to be ship hopping now for the rest of the year, minus July, where I'll go back and spend a bit of time with my family. So it would be brilliant to have you along in that journey. But look, let's get out around the ship. I don't really think I'll show you too much more from tonight other than this immersive entertainment, because it is so good. Actually, one other thing that I'm going to squeeze in at 10 PM tonight is what they call the Palm Tree Light Show, so I will take you down and show you that. Basically, in that World Promenade at the back of Deck 8, where all the LED lights are, they do like a light show to music every night. I think at the moment it's running at 7 PM and 10 PM. But in the summer, you might find it might go a little bit later, just because at 7 PM it'll obviously still be daylight when it gets to sort of June, July, August in Europe. But yeah, I'll take you down and show you that. But I am, believe it or not, post-pizza, a little bit hungry, so I'm going to sign out now. But thank you so much for watching and supporting my channel, and I'll catch up with you all soon. Brilliant. Cheers, guys. Bye.